Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zandela Seka. I hope you are all doing well. If you are new to this channel, please do not forget to subscribe. In today's video, I just wanted to do a quick update. It is day 8 of quarantine today in Gambia, and I just wanted to let you know how I'm getting on and also answer some of the questions that everybody has been putting in my comment section from my previous video of when I arrived in Gambia. So question number one that I keep on being asked is, are you allowed guests inside the quarantine? And the answer to that question is no, you're not allowed any guests here. So they have a gate that I will quickly just show you. I don't know why we keep on calling it a gate. It's a metal chain basically that stops the cars from coming through. So at that gate is where all your friends and family can come. They have to stop right there. There is always about 3 or 4 security guards and police officers at the gate. I could have escaped. I could have made a run for it. There's no security here, man. I'm here. You wouldn't have been able to catch me. Your friends can come, they can drop off whatever you need. You can give your friends or family anything that you have for them, and they can come as many times as they like throughout the day. There is no restrictions on times, and they can bring anything that you like. So they cannot come inside the hotel, and you cannot leave the hotel. What are the security staff like? As I said, they are lovely. The security staff and the hotel staff are absolutely lovely. They do really take care of us, anything we need. Like there are a few people here who are Gambian citizens, obviously, and those few people have small children with them. So the staff have gone out to the shops and got breakfast cereals and things like that for the children. So yeah, anything you need, they are really accommodating, and they do try and help as much as they can. How much do you have to pay for quarantine? In the UK, I was told that we had to pay for our quarantine. I think at the embassy, so were a few people, but only the people in the UK were told this. When we got here, we have all asked, how much do you have to pay for quarantine? And they have said, you don't have to pay. I was a little bit shocked by this, obviously because I had prepared to have to pay for the quarantine. But after speaking to several people here, I actually do understand the reason why. So majority of the people, I think there's about 62 of us, and there is only 8 people who are not Gambian citizens, so not residents of Gambia, but they are here for other reasons. There's a woman here who's here because she deals with infectious diseases, so she has to quarantine for 14 days before she can actually go out onto the field and help in whatever department she's supposed to be helping with. There are 2 people here who are here for legal fees. There are another 2 ladies here who have their children with them who are married to Gambians, and they're from America. So all the rest of the people here are Gambian citizens. So if the government asked Gambian citizens to pay for their quarantine, I think it would create a bit of a problem, because most of these people have their own compounds. In fact, even the ladies here who are also married to Gambians, they come 3-4 times a year, and they have their own compounds. Their husbands are here in Gambia. So people will just say, why don't you let me quarantine in my own house? But of course, that would be very difficult for the government to keep track of people. They could obviously issue a hefty fine for people and say to people, if you leave your compound, then you get, I don't know, a $1,000 fine or something. But what they wouldn't be able to do is they wouldn't be able to track the amount of people that come inside your compound. And some of these people have been away from Gambia for 5-10 years. So they will have a lot of things that they bring in for family members. So if the government says you can quarantine inside your compound, my guess is that a lot of family members will come and visit their loved ones, come and see them. And that's what the government cannot control, how many people come inside your compound. And I'm guessing that that is the reason why they have, since May, I believe, every single aeroplane that has come into Gambia, the people that are on the aeroplane have to go into quarantine. I think the reason why they take our passports is because they have had quite a lot of people attempt to abscond. I think even someone was saying even last week that there were people who were trying to abscond from the hotel. and that they had to call the police to try and get these people back. And they ended up not getting the people back. So there are a lot of people, because they are Gambian, they don't want to stay in a hotel. They have their own compounds. My guess is this is the reason why they take our passports, because if they take your passport, you can't really abscond. You can, but eventually you're going to need your passport back. Whether you're a Gambian citizen or whether you come from abroad, you're going to need your passport back. So you have to really just follow the rules of what they say here. So someone asked, do you get to decide on what hotel you quarantine in? And the answer to that question is no. You do not get to decide. On the way here, I was told 3 different hotel names by 3 different people, and actually one person told me 2 different hotel names. And I think the reason why they do that is, again, so that they do not create an environment where people's family members and other people try to come to the hotel to see if they can come into the hotel or if they can get their family members out. So I think that the reason why they don't tell you what hotel you're going to until you get to the hotel is probably to avoid any situation that they cannot control of people coming to the hotel to try and get their family members out. So did we get COVID tested at the airport? No, we didn't. We had our temperatures checked and we had to sanitize a few times at a few different stations in the airport. But before we came to the hotel, no, we didn't. After being here for 4 days, we all got COVID tested. So that took place on Monday and today is now Thursday. Every person here, even the staff, had to get COVID tested. This is the staff and the guests at the hotel all getting COVID tested. And the results take roughly 48 to 72 hours. We're also told that you have a second COVID test about 4 days before you are due to leave. So on the 10th day, you have a second COVID test. If both those results come back negative, then you are free to go. However, a lot of people here have been told that after the first test, that they could just go if that test came back negative. I was not told that information. So yesterday there was a little bit of an uprise from the people saying that if they don't get their results back, or if they don't get their passports back, then they're going to be leaving the hotel regardless, which is kind of impossible to do because today is only the first day that there's hardly any security here. Every day there's a minimum of about 4 security guards here, so you cannot just get up, take your suitcases and walk out. No way, they'll stop you, and apparently it's a prison sentence. But a lot of people were told immediately after you get your first test, if that test comes back negative, then you are free to leave the hotel. So everybody who is here got together yesterday and actually asked the manager of the hotel some questions. About 30 hotel guests all sat down and spoke to the hotel manager and the doctor. So the manager of the hotel informed us that by the time they did the test here, collected samples from another hotel that is not far from here that has people quarantined, they had about 350 samples that needed to go to the centre for testing. When they got to the centre for testing, there were over 1,000 samples there. So what that means is that basically there's a backlog. We have been informed, I'm not sure how true it is, that the test centre only has the capacity to actually process 100 tests a day. And if they have 1,000 tests, that means that we have to wait at least another 10 days. So people are not happy at all because we were informed by the manager here that actually we can't leave until our test results come back. So I'm not quite sure what that means for us. I'm not sure if it means that we will be going after 14 days regardless of whether the results are back or not, or whether that means we literally have to stay here and just wait for the test results to come back in. So the usual cost of this hotel is roughly between $60 and $100 a night, depending on what room you have. So there are poolside rooms, and then obviously there are just rooms on the other side of the hotel, and I think that probably decides on the cost if you are poolside or garden side of the hotel. The head of housekeeping kindly took me around some of their empty rooms. I was informed that they only had 8 rooms that were empty, and what you're looking at now is a double room that is pool facing, so it has a pool view, and this room is roughly $100 per night. have absolutely no complaints. I think that Gambia actually do deserve some credit for how they have managed this situation. They are making sure that when we leave here, we do not have the virus and that we cannot spread the virus to anybody here. They take so much care to make sure that everybody, all the members of staff are using PPE equipment. All the customers or guests who are here also have to use PPE. They're very strict on that. Whenever you leave the premises, you have to wear PPE. If there were all the security were here, I'm sure one of them by now would have told me that I have to put my face mask on regardless of whether I'm filming or not. They don't care if you're near someone or not, you have to walk with your face mask on. Thank you very much for watching my channel. If you are new, please do not forget to subscribe and of course like. And if my content is useful to anybody that you know, please do not forget to share. Take care guys, bye.